Joining us now, I think we've got her all mic'd up, is Raquel Castaneda-Lopez.
Yes.
Did I do pretty good with that?
Castaneda-Lopez.
Okay, all right. I didn't quite get it off my
City
tongue
Council
right.
member, great to have you
Nice
here.
to see you.
Thank you
Thanks
so
for
much.
having
Good
me.
seeing you. A member of the Detroit City Council. And what do you make of all this?
In general, the elections in general, in one way it's exciting because of the rhetoric being shared by both sides. It really is encouraging people to turn out and vote. And honestly, this is the largest turnout I've seen for presidential primaries. And I represent a community in Detroit that generally has the lowest turnout in the city as a whole. But on my way here, I just dropped off some absentee ballots, and I was surprised to actually see a line. It was a short line, but it was still a line, and I had not seen a line at my polling site prior to.
And Southwest Detroit is a large section of what you represent.
Mm-hmm.
It is the fastest growing section of the city of Detroit. So it is increasing in population. Why is it that the voter turnout is not what I think you would like it to be, but yet it is a very vibrant part of our city?
Sure.
Entrepreneurship is very, very important in Southwest Detroit. You've got major issues there going on with the bridge and other things. How do you increase the voter turnout?
Sure. So I think we have to look historically. Historically, Southwest Detroit has been the area where immigrants have settled in the city as a whole. There's lots of different challenges that face immigrant communities when they're transitioning to life in the United States. So some may not be citizens, so they may be green card holders. So that's one front that we're trying to work on with the Mexican consulate and some of the other consulates, is really to get people to take the next step and become citizens. Other barriers, in addition to being home to immigrants, it's also one of the highest concentrations of people living in poverty. And we know that there's additional barriers and challenges, people feeling disengaged, feeling disillusioned, historically having been neglected really by local government and state government for years. So getting people to kind of regain hope and feel that their vote will actually have an impact takes time and is definitely difficult. So it's something that I think can be fixed or improved by door knocking, going out, meeting with community leaders, helping them recognize that especially because the voter turnout is so low, even one vote can make a difference in a precinct. And so really just getting that message out and doing a grassroots organizing and voter education to help increase the turnout for August and November.
And certainly you're engaged right in that process.
Yes.
That's a focus of yours.
Yeah, for my office this year, in general, I'm a big fan of door knocking, but our focus this year is really to turn out the vote overall, to increase it by several percentage points. And I think it's important, for District 6 as a whole, we have the lowest voter turnout in the city of Detroit, and again, for lots of different, I think, complex reasons. But Detroit, if we would all vote, if the number of Detroiters actually registered to vote or able to vote would turn out to vote, I mean, we could control Lansing, essentially. And so we will be door knocking. We will be out working with community organizations, churches, partnering with the clerk's office to work around issues of language access, to make sure people aren't afraid and know what their rights are when they go to the polls to be able to vote.
And which candidate do you think would be best in the White House?
Would be best. It's my family is still somewhat divided, but I think Southwest and the district I represent in general is going for Bernie, and I have to say I support them in that decision.
All right, very good.
Well, we'll continue to follow this right through November. It's going to be, I think, a very whoever winds up being nominees, I think it's going to be a very interesting election cycle for sure, and we're certainly seeing that already here in the state of Michigan tonight.
Definitely, very exciting. A lot of first-time voters this time around, which is great.
We didn't have time to talk about the work that you're doing on council and all the great things that are going on in the city of Detroit, but we'll get you back and do that.
Thank you so much.
All right,
Thanks for
thank
having
you
me.
so much.
Thank
It's
you.
a pleasure.
Have a
Thank
good
you
night.
so much.
Thanks.
Good night. Thank you.